Golden State Warriors fans, the wait might finally be over. Steve Kerr has just confirmed something that no one expected. The Warriors could finally have their big man solution. For years, critics have said Golden State's weakness was size in the paint, relying on small ball lineups and versatility instead of a true center. But now, Kerr's latest confirmation suggests a surprising move that could change everything. Imagine the Warriors with rim protection, rebounding dominance, and a new inside presence to balance Steph Curry's outside magic. This isn't just roster depth, it's a potential game changer. The NBA is on notice, and Warriors Nation is buzzing. Could this be the missing piece for another championship run? The Golden State Warriors may have just flipped the entire NBA script. For years, critics have said the same thing about this team. They're too small. They don't have a true dominant big man. They can't keep relying on shooting alone. But now, news is breaking out of San Francisco that Steve Kerr himself has confirmed something nobody saw coming. The Warriors, yes, the small ball dynasty, may have finally landed the one missing piece they've been searching for. A true, game-changing big man. And this changes everything. Fans around the league are stunned. Rival GMs are scrambling. And Golden State's locker room? The energy is electric. Because for the first time in years, Steph Curry might have the kind of frontcourt support that could extend his career, save his legs, and give the Warriors one last chance at championship glory. This isn't just a rumor. This isn't just speculation. Kerr has confirmed it, and the reactions are shaking the NBA to its core. So what exactly happened? Let's rewind. The Warriors have been known for revolutionizing basketball. The Splash Brothers, small ball lineups, Draymond Green at center, all of it created a style of play that destroyed traditional basketball norms. But as the years went on, the league adjusted. The Lakers brought in Anthony Davis. The Nuggets built around Nikola Jokic. The Bucks dominated with Giannis. And suddenly, the Warriors' lack of size wasn't just a talking point. It was a fatal flaw. Everyone knew it. Even Curry himself has hinted in interviews that while shooting wins games, size wins wars. The Warriors' front office has tried to patch the hole before. DeMarcus Cousins in 2019. James Wiseman in 2020. JaVale McGee back in the dynasty's peak. But nothing truly worked long-term. Cousins was injured. Wiseman never developed. McGee was solid but never a franchise-changing center. And so, for years, the Warriors kept rolling with what they had. Until now. Reports have come out that the Warriors, after months of quiet talks, have locked in a deal that gives them a legit 7-footer who can protect the rim, rebound, and even score inside. This isn't just about adding depth. This is about fundamentally shifting the way Golden State plays. Steve Kerr himself spoke after practice, saying, "We've been looking for balance. We've been looking for a way to complement Steph, Klay, and Draymond, while still playing our style. I think we finally found it." Those words hit differently. Kerr doesn't say things lightly. And when he says we've found it, that means something big is brewing. The identity of the player hasn't officially been revealed by the team yet, but insiders are buzzing. Could it be a surprising free agent like Dwight Howard, making his NBA comeback? Could it be a rising international talent like Kai Sato, who's been linked to Golden State before? Or maybe it's a trade move nobody saw coming, like prying away a big from another contender. What we do know is this. The Warriors' biggest weakness may no longer exist. And that puts the rest of the league in serious trouble. Now, let's talk about the ripple effect. Imagine Curry running a pick and roll not with a small ball screener, but with a legit 7-foot big man who can catch lobs, roll hard to the basket, and demand defensive attention in the paint. Defenses would have to choose. Do they stay locked on Steph at the perimeter, risking an easy dunk inside? Or do they collapse on the big, leaving the greatest shooter of all time wide open? That's a nightmare scenario for every coach in the NBA. And it's not just offense. Defensively, Golden State's struggles have been obvious. Too many second-chance points. Too many mismatches against bigger teams. Too many moments where Draymond Green, as brilliant as he is, simply couldn't hold back the tide against true centers. Adding a real big man changes that instantly. Suddenly, Jokic isn't having his way every possession. Suddenly, Anthony Davis has to work harder. Suddenly, Giannis doesn't get free lanes to the rim. This is how the Warriors make themselves dangerous again. The players know it too. Klay Thompson, who has been facing his own questions about his future, reportedly smiled ear to ear when asked about the team's frontcourt upgrade. "Man, it's about time," he joked. Draymond Green was even more direct. "We've been undersized for years. We made it work because of our heart and our system. But having a real big down there? That's dangerous. That's scary. That's what you call balance." This is the move that gives him hope for another ring. It could be just as important, because it addresses the one flaw that's been haunting the dynasty. But let's be clear. This doesn't guarantee a championship. Nothing ever does. The West is stacked. The Nuggets are still the team to beat. The Lakers, as inconsistent as they are, always find ways to challenge Golden State. The Timberwolves are rising. The Mavericks, with Luka and Kyrie, are dangerous. And the Thunder are building something scary with their young core. But here's the truth. With size, the Warriors are no longer a one-dimensional team. They're no longer predictable. So how will Steve Kerr adjust? This is the part that has people buzzing. Kerr has always been married to small ball. It's his baby. His philosophy. His identity as a coach. But now, with a real big man in the mix, will he change? The answer is yes and no. Kerr is too smart to abandon the system that made the Warriors a dynasty. But he's also smart enough to know when evolution is necessary. Expect a hybrid approach. Some nights, it'll still be Draymond at center, spacing the floor, switching everything. But other nights, when the matchup demands it, the Warriors will roll out their new big man and crush teams inside. Think about how that impacts rotations too. Jonathan Kuminga, who has been developing into a star, might finally get more freedom as a slashing forward instead of having to guard centers. Andrew Wiggins, who's struggled to find consistency, could benefit from fewer defensive mismatches. Even Gary Payton too, the ultimate perimeter pest, will be deadlier with a rim protector behind him. This move doesn't just help the big man spot. It helps the entire roster. Now let's get into the speculation. Who is the mystery big? As I said earlier, names are floating. Dwight Howard has been teasing an NBA return. He's been working out, staying in shape, and saying he wants one last run. Kai Sotto, the 7'3" phenom from the Philippines, has been on Golden State's radar for international exposure and pure potential. There's also talk of the Warriors making a trade for a mid-tier center, someone like Jakob Poeltl or Clint Capella, who could instantly anchor the paint. Nobody knows for sure yet, but one thing is clear. Whoever it is, the Warriors aren't joking around. They're serious. They're going all in. This raises a bigger question. Is this the final push of the dynasty? We've seen this story before. Great teams load up late in their run to make one last title chase. The Bulls in the 90s. The Spurs in the 2010s. The Heat with LeBron. And now, the Warriors with Curry. This could be the last dance. The last chapter. The move that defines how history remembers this core. And that's why the timing is perfect. Curry isn't done yet. Klay still has something left. Draymond, for all his antics, still brings elite defense. And now, with balance in the middle, this team can finally fight on equal ground against the giants of the league. Steve Kerr knows it. The players know it. And now, the league knows it too. The Golden State Warriors finally have a big man. And with that, the dynasty just got new life.